What if everything you know about the value of your money is a lie? Right now, a series of unprecedented events is converging to trigger a collapse. Most people are completely unprepared for what's coming. The global financial system is standing on a knife's edge. A single spark in the Middle East is about to change the world forever. In this video, we reveal the final warning signs that the unthinkable is finally happening to the US dollar. For over 80 years, the US dollar has been the undisputed king of the global economy. It is more than just paper. It is the bedrock of international trade, the world's primary reserve currency, and the ultimate symbol of American hegemony. Most of us have lived our entire lives in a world where the greenback was as reliable as gravity. But history is a cold teacher, reminding us that no empire and no currency lasts forever. From the Roman denarius to the British pound, every dominant currency eventually meets its breaking point. We are currently witnessing a shift in the tectonic plates of global finance, happening once every few centuries. Inflation is no longer a temporary glitch. It is a systemic erosion of your purchasing power. National debt is reaching astronomical levels that defy logic, and trust is beginning to fray at the edges. To understand why the unthinkable is about to happen, we must look beyond daily stock market noise. Examine the geopolitical triggers setting the stage for a massive, potentially violent economic realignment. The most immediate threat to the dollar's stability isn't found in a bank vault in New York. It is found in the volatile, oil-rich sands of the Middle East. For decades, the dollar's global dominance was secured by a simple, unwritten agreement: the petrodollar. In exchange for military protection, major oil producers sold their energy exclusively in US dollars. This created a permanent global demand for the currency. But that deal is dying. Iran has emerged as the central figure in a geopolitical chess match designed to dismantle this system. By strengthening ties with the BRICS nations, specifically Russia and China, Iran is leading the charge to trade energy in local currencies. Imagine the impact if the world no longer needs dollars to buy oil. Trillions of greenbacks currently held in foreign reserves will come flooding back to American shores. This isn't just a regional conflict between nations. It is a direct assault on the financial plumbing of the Western world. A single major escalation in the Strait of Hormuz could trigger an oil shock that sends the dollar into a tailspin, while traditional safe havens like gold and silver skyrocket in value overnight. While geopolitical tensions provide the spark, the fuel for this fire is the staggering, incomprehensible mountain of U.S. national debt. The United States is currently adding $1 trillion to its debt roughly every 100 days. We have reached a point of no return where the interest payments on this debt are starting to exceed the entire defense budget. When a government can no longer fund its obligations through taxes or honest borrowing, it resorts to the stealth tax of printing money. This devalues every single dollar in your savings account, your 401k, and your paycheck. Central banks around the world are not blind to this. For the first time in generations, foreign nations are aggressively reducing their holdings of U.S. treasuries. They are swapping paper promises for physical assets. They are losing confidence in the dollar's ability to store value over the long term. We are approaching a mathematical tipping point where the only way to keep the system afloat is to print more money, which only accelerates the collapse. It is a classic debt trap, and history shows there is only one way out: a total currency reset. As the dollar weakens, the smart money, institutional investors and central banks, is moving into hard assets. Gold and silver have been recognized as real money for over 5,000 years, flashing a major warning signal. We are seeing record-breaking, unprecedented purchases of physical gold by central banks in the East, particularly China and India. This isn't a coincidence. It is a strategic preparation for a post-dollar world. While the public is distracted by volatile tech stocks and digital fads, architects of the global financial system are hoarding assets with no counterparty risk. Silver, often overlooked and undervalued, is positioned for an even more dramatic breakout. As industrial demand for green energy and electronics meets a shrinking mining supply, silver represents a dual-threat asset: a necessary industrial commodity and a monetary life raft. If the dollar loses its global reserve status, precious metals won't just preserve wealth. They'll retain significant purchasing power. The unthinkable isn't just a currency's fall. It's the greatest wealth transfer, from paper holders to those holding tangible reality. So how do you prepare for a world where the dollar is no longer the anchor? The first step is a shift in mindset. You must stop measuring your wealth solely in currency. and start measuring it in units of value. Diversification is no longer just a suggestion. It is a survival strategy. This means looking beyond traditional stocks and bonds. Consider physical precious metals held outside the banking system. Look into productive land, essential commodities, and even decentralized assets that operate outside of government control. The goal is to minimize your exposure to counterparty risk, the danger that your wealth disappears because a bank or a government fails to keep its promise. The window to position yourself is closing as the headlines become more frequent and the volatility increases. This is the time for education and decisive action, not for complacency. The unthinkable is no longer a conspiracy theory or a distant possibility. It is a mathematical and geopolitical certainty. The global financial system is being rewritten in real time, and the question is no longer if the system will change, but how you will navigate the transition. If you found this deep dive into the dollar's future valuable, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on all notifications. We are committed to bringing you the truth about the shifting global economy. What is your plan B for a de-dollarized world? Are you moving into gold, silver, or other assets? Let us know your strategy in the comments below. We read every single one. For a deeper look at how the elite are moving their money right now, click on the next video appearing on your screen. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and most importantly, stay prepared.